What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna make a video about what it kind of takes to build a drift car, what you should do first, what good modifications are in general. I'll give you a little bit of an order of what modifications you should do in, some kind of order. You don't have to follow my exact order, but it's a good starting point, I guess. It'll kind of help. The chassis doesn't really matter. Some chassis need a few certain things, like sitting in Corey's car. Always need an EDAS sticker. But E36s have a real issue with the rear trailing arm bushings, also known as the R-tabs. So E36, you kind of need to do R-tabs no matter what. But S chassis, those don't exist, so those aren't a problem. And that's just kind of a chassis specific thing. But I'll kind of show you around what are good things to start with and what are good things to hold off, save your money for later, or whatever. So the first modification, almost always, would be differential. Either a good LSD or a welded. It depends. A VLSD sucks dick. BMW has really good LSD options. So, if you have a tight BMW LSD, that's fine. But otherwise, I generally always tell people to go welded because it's cheap and it does the job really well. So that and coilovers, which Corey is not currently on, which is why he's wheel gapping. But coilovers, welded diff, first two. Always. I always tell people that. After that, wheels, they're a good upgrade. You can get slightly bigger with lower profile tires, something like Wyatt's car over here. And those will give you a little bit more grip, and of course, they look all swaggy. Then racing seat is always a good upgrade because basically when you're driving, racing seat will hold your butt in place, so you don't have to worry about that. And racing seat and a harness are usually a combo. You don't want to go racing seat with a seat belt because that sucks. So racing seat and harness, it'll hold you so you're not sliding around trying to fight that while you're driving. And then while you have the racing seat, it's generally nice to get a quick release and a steering wheel, mostly because when you're getting in, except on this car, there's a huge gap there, but usually when you get in, it makes it a little difficult. So pull the steering wheel off. If I can do it one-handed. Button. Stupid button. Yeah, pull the steering wheel off. Makes it easier to get in and out. Got a lot of leg room. And then usually at first you'll be fine with factory rear suspension. As you go lower, it'll camber it in a little bit. It'll give you less rear traction, which is kind of a good thing sometimes. But then you could do a couple engine upgrades, like this one's getting a M50 intake manifold, which has the bigger runners, a tuned ECU, and a diff ratio that is higher gearing. So it'll give him more torque at the wheels, essentially. So then he's going to be upgrading his rear suspension. To give him more grip to go with the more power. So, and then after that, a good upgrade, you could start increasing your steering angle. Plenty of companies offer kits. I offer a kit. Everybody does. Modded knuckles, extended lower control arms, tie rods to match. All of that is kind of a package deal. And that'll let you have more angle, and it'll just kind of make it easier to do some swaggy ass drifting. And then from there you can start doing more upgrades to the engine, aftermarket radiator. Can't go wrong with that because drifting puts a lot of stress on your car. Electric fans kind of go with the aftermarket radiator, especially if your clutch fan looks all exploded like this. That's a bad time. And then, oh, as I said earlier, with the racing seat and harness, you also need a harness bar. This is one that I welded in, but you can get one that bolts in. You can buy those basically anywhere. Those are a nice upgrade. And then wide body kit later on down the road, after you're done destroying your car, you can make it look pretty again. Those you don't have to worry about at first. And then let's see what else. Forgot to mention it earlier, but a hydro e-brake is always a good upgrade. You can do that. You can do that before or after the racing seat, just depending on the condition of your factory e-brake. The factory e-brakes work pretty well, but they tend to stretch the cables over time and become not as reliable. So that sucks when you're trying to do an entry and you can't. Then I'll use Corey's list here to figure something out. Figure out what you should get next. Something like a clutch. If yours goes out, replace it, upgrade it while you're there. No point. Some cars like BMWs come with a battery already in the back. Most cars come with it in the front, so you can move it in the back, gets everything out of the engine bay, and gets you ready to do your SR swap in your S chassis. Then let's see. Exhaust, that's an upgrade that just gives you like 2 horsepower and makes you make loud noises. Bushings kind of go with the suspension stuff. Sunroof delete is to get rid of weight, along with sound deadening removal. That gets rid of weight. You can do that anytime. It's basically free. It makes your car louder, and it makes your car like 20 or 30 pounds lighter, which is a good thing anytime. Even if your car is bone stock, that'll definitely help. And that about covers it for the necessary modifications. Of course, there's everything else you can do. I'm not going to tell you how to modify a car, because that'll be like a 12-hour long video. But if you're looking to get into drifting and looking for where to start, or you already have a car that you drift, then hopefully this video helps. But that'll be all. If you have any suggestions, anything I missed that people should know about, leave that in the comments. And thanks for watching. You have a good day.